एवरीवन, वेलकम टू द चैनल राइट डायरेक्शंस बाय सलीम। इससे पहले वाली वीडियो में हमने जो है 50 सेक्शंस पढ़ी थी, जो जम्मू कश्मीर रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्ट है 2019 का। ठीक है, तो अब जो है सेक्शन 51 से आगे पढ़ेंगे। तो जेके एसएसपी और जेके पीएससी की एग्ज़ाम के लिए ज़रूरी है, ध्यान से सुनें। ठीक है, जे.एंड.के रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्ट 2019 सेक्शन 51 क्लास 1 Legislative Assembly shall have separate secretariat staff. ठीक है। Class 2 the Legislative Assembly may by law regulate the recruitment and the conditions of service of persons appointed to the secretariat staff of the Legislative Assembly. Class 3 until provision is made by the Legislative Assembly under subsection 2 ये वाली द लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर में आफ्टर कंसल्टेशन विद द स्पीकर ऑफ द लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली मेक रूल्स रेगुलेटिंग द रिक्रूटमेंट एंड कंडीशंस ऑफ सर्विस ऑफ पर्सन्स अपॉइंटेड to the secretariat staff of the assembly, and any rules so made shall have effect subject to the provisions of any law made under this said subsection. Now section 52 clause 1 if at any time except when the legislative assembly is in session the lieutenant governor thereof is satisfied that circumstances exist which render it necessary for him to take immediate action, he may promulgate such ordinances as the circumstances appear to him to require, provided that the power of making an ordinance under this section shall extend only to those matters with respect to which the legislative assembly has powers to make laws. Class 2 an ordinance promulgated under this section shall have the same force and effect as an act of the legislative assembly assented by the lieutenant governor, but every such ordinance a shall be laid before the legislative assembly and shall cease to operate at the expiration of 6 weeks from the reassembly of the legislative assembly, or if before the expiration of that period a resolution disapproving it is passed by the legislative assembly, and B may be withdrawn at any time by the lieutenant governor. अब हम देखते हैं काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स फॉर द यूनियन टेरिटरी ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर। इसमें सेक्शन 53 क्लास 1 there shall be a council of ministers consisting of not more than 10% of the total number of members in the legislative assembly, with the chief minister at the head to aid and advise the lieutenant governor in the exercise of his function in relation to matters with respect to which the legislative assembly has power to make laws, except in so far as he is required by or under this act to act in his discretion or by or under any law to exercise any judicial or quasi-judicial functions. 2. The lieutenant governor shall, in the exercise of his function, act in his discretion in a matter number 1 which falls outside the purview of the powers conferred on the legislative assembly, or 2nd in which he is required by or under any law to act in his discretion or to exercise any judicial functions. 3. Related to all India services and anti-corruption bureau, provided that if any question arises as respects if any question arises whether any matter is or is not a matter as respects which the lieutenant governor is by or under this act required to act in his discretion, the decision of the lieutenant governor in his discretion shall be final, and the validity of anything done by the lieutenant governor shall not be called in question on the ground that he ought or ought not to have acted in this discretion. Number 3 the question whether any and if so what advice was tendered by ministers to the lieutenant governor shall not be inquired into in any court. ठीक है, किसी कोर्ट में नहीं करी जाएगी। Then section 54 clause 1 section 54 clause 1 the chief minister will be appointed by the lieutenant governor and the other ministers shall be appointed by the lieutenant governor on the advice of the chief minister. 2. The ministers shall hold office during the pleasure of the lieutenant governor. 3. The council of ministers shall be collectively responsible to the legislative assembly. 4. Before a minister enters upon his office, the lieutenant governor shall administer to him the oaths of office and of secrecy according to the forms set out for the purpose in the fourth schedule. Fifth, a member who for any period of 6 consecutive months is not a member of the Legislative Assembly shall at the expiration of that period ceases to be a minister. Number 6, the salaries and allowances of ministers shall be such as the Legislative Assembly may from time to time by law determine, and until the Legislative Assembly so determines shall be determined by the Lieutenant Governor. Section 55, Clause 1. The Lieutenant Governor shall make rules on the advice of the Council of Ministers, A. for the allocation of business to the ministers, and B. for the more convenient transaction of business with the ministers, including the procedure to be adopted in the case of a difference of opinion between the Lieutenant Governor and the Council of Ministers or a minister. ठीक. Clause 2 of Section 55, save as otherwise provided in this Act, all executive action of the Lieutenant Governor, whether taken on the advice of his ministers or otherwise, shall be expressed to be taken in the name of the Lieutenant Governor. 3. Orders and other instruments made and executed in this name of Lieutenant Governor shall be authenticated in such manner as may be specified in rules to be made by the Lieutenant Governor on the advice of Council of Ministers, and the validity of an order or instrument which is so authenticated shall not be called in question on the ground that it is not an order or instrument made or executed by the Lieutenant Governor. Now Section 56, it shall be the duty of the Chief Minister to, number A, to communicate to the Lieutenant Governor all decisions of the Council of Ministers relating to the administration of the affairs of the Union Territory and proposals for legislation. B, to furnish such information relating to the administration of the affairs of the Union Territory and proposals for legislation as the Lieutenant Governor may call for. अब देखते हैं लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल के बारे में. सेक्शन 57, क्लास 1. नॉट विद स्टैंडिंग एनीथिंग टू द कंट्रेरी कंटेंट इन एनी लॉ, डॉक्यूमेंट, जजमेंट, ऑर्डिनेंस, रूल, रेगुलेशन or notification on and from the appointed day, the Legislative Council of the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir shall stand abolished. ठीक है ना. क्लास 2 है. On the abolition of the Legislative Council, every member thereof shall cease to be such member. Number 3, all bills pending in the Legislative Council immediately before the appointed day shall lapse on the abolition of the council. हाँ, अब हम जो है पार्ट 4 से देखेंगे, दैट इज़ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ यूनियन टेरिटरी ऑफ लद्दाख, उसके बारे में. ठीक है, पार्ट 4. हाँ, सेक्शन 58, क्लास 1. द यूनियन टेरिटरी ऑफ लद्दाख विल बी एडमिनिस्ट्रेड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट एक्टिंग to such extent as he thinks fit through a lieutenant governor to be appointed by him under Article 239. Class 2. The President may make regulations for the peace, progress and good government of the Union Territory of Ladakh under Article 240 of the Constitution of India. President. ठीक. Class 3. Any regulation so made may repeal or amend any act made by the Parliament or any other law which is for the time being applicable to the Union Territory of Ladakh, and when promulgated by the President shall have the same force and effect as an act of the Parliament which applies to the Union Territory of Ladakh. Class 4. The Lieutenant Governor shall be assisted by advisors to be appointed by the central government. ठीक. तो ये पार्ट 4 जो है लद्दाख के रिलेटेड था. देन पार्ट 5, डिलिमिटेशन ऑफ कंस्टिट्यूंसीज. ठीक है. हाँ, आर्टिकल सेक्शन 59 है. in this part, unless the context otherwise requires, A. Associate members means a member associated with the Delimitation Commission under section 60. B. Delimitation Commission means the Delimitation Commission to be constituted under section 3 of the Delimitation Act 2002 and thereafter by any law made by the Parliament. C. Election Commission means the Election Commission appointed by the President under Article 324 of the Constitution of India. D. Latest census figures mean the census figures ascertained at the latest census of which the finally published figures are available. Fifth, parliamentary constituency means a constituency provided by law for the purpose of elections to the house of the people from Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh. F. Assembly constituency means a constituency provided by law for the purpose of elections to the Legislative Assembly. Now, Section 60, Clause 1. Without prejudice to subsections 3 of Section 14 of this Act, the number of seats in the Legislative Assembly of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir shall be increased from 107 to 114, and the delimitation of constituencies may be determined by the Election Commission in the manner hereinafter provided. A. The number of seats to be reserved for the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes in the Legislative Assembly, having regard to the relevant provisions of the Constitution. B. The Assembly constituencies into which the Union Territory shall be divided, the extent of each of such constituencies, and in which of them seats shall be reserved for the scheduled caste or for the scheduled tribes. And C. The judgments in the boundaries and description of the extent of the parliamentary constituencies in each union territory that may be necessary or expedient. 2. Clause 2. In determining the matters referred to in Clause B and C of subsection 1, the Election Commission shall have regard to the following provisions, namely: A. All the constituencies shall be single-member constituency. B. All constituencies shall, as far as practicable, be geographically compact areas, and in delimiting them, regard shall be had to physical features, existing boundaries of administrative units, facilities of communication, and conveniences to the public. And C. Constituencies in which seats are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes shall, as far as practicable, be located in areas where the proportion of their population to the total population is the largest. Number 3. The Election Commission shall, for the purpose of assisting it in the performance of its function under subsection 1, associate with itself as associate members 4 persons as the central government may by order specify, being persons who are members of the Legislative Assembly of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, or 4 members of the House of the People representing the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. ठीक है ना? Provided that none of the associate members shall have a right to vote or to sign any decision of the Election Commission. ठीक है? Number 4. If owing to death or resignation the office of an associate member falls vacant, it shall be filled as far as practicable in accordance with the provisions of section 3. Okay. Then 5th, the Election Commission shall: A. Publish its proposals for the delimitation of constituencies together with the dissenting proposals, if any, of any associate member who desires publication thereof in the official gazette, and in such other manner as the Commission may consider fit, together with a notice inviting objections and suggestions in relation to the proposals, and specifying a date on or after which the proposals will be further considered by it. B. Consider all objections and suggestions which may have been received by it before the date so specified. And C. After considering all objections and suggestions which may have been received by it before the date so specified, determine by one or more orders the delimitation of constituencies, and cause such orders or orders to be published in the official gazette, and thereupon such publication the order or order shall have the full force of law and shall not be called in question in any court. Number 6. As soon as may be after such publication, Every such order relating to assembly constituencies shall be laid before the Legislative Assembly of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Then Section 61, Clause 1, the Election Commission may by notification in the Official Gazette A correct any printing mistakes in any order made under Section 60 or any error arising therein from inadvertent slip or omission, and B, where the boundaries or name of any territorial division mentioned in any such order or orders is or altered, make such amendments as appear to it to be necessary or expedient for bringing such order up to date. Number 2, every notification under this section relating to an assembly constituency shall be laid as soon as may be after it is issued before the Legislative Assembly. Section 62, Clause 1, on and from the appointed day, notwithstanding the publication of orders under subsection 1 of the Section 10 of the Delimitation Act 2002 or any contained in subsection 2 or subsection 4 of the said section, the Delimitation Act 2002 shall be deemed to have been amended as provided below. A, in Section 2, Clause F, the words "but does not include the state of Jammu and Kashmir" shall be omitted, and B, for the purpose of delimitation of assembly and parliamentary constituency, the words and figures "census held in the year 2001" wherever occurring shall be construed as words and figures "census held in the year 2011." Number 2, readjustment of the constituencies as provided under Section 60 in the successor Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir into assembly constituencies shall be carried by the Delimitation Commission to be constituted under the Delimitation Act 2002 as amended by this Act, and shall take effect from such date as the central government may by order published in the Official Gazette specify. Number 3, readjustment of the constituencies as provided under Section 11 in the successor Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir into parliamentary constituencies shall be carried by the Delimitation Commission to be constituted under the Delimitation Act 2002 as amended by this Act, and shall take effect from such date as the central government may by order published in the Official Gazette specify. Section 63, notwithstanding anything contained in the Section 59 to 61 until the relevant figures for the first census taken after the year 2026 have been published, it shall not be necessary to readjust the division of successor Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir into assembly and parliamentary constituencies, and any reference to the latest census figures in this part shall be construed as a reference to the 2011 census figure. Then Section 64, the procedure as provided in the law made by Parliament shall apply in relation to the delimitation of parliamentary and assembly constituencies under this part as they apply in relation to the delimitation of parliamentary and assembly constituencies under that law. Then Part 6 is scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Section 65 है, on and from the appointed day the Constitution Jammu and Kashmir Scheduled Caste Order 1956 shall stand applied to the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh. Section 66, on and from the appointed day the Constitution Jammu and Kashmir Scheduled Tribes Order 1989 shall stand applied to the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh. ठीक है, ये पार्ट 6 था. अब पार्ट 7 देखते हैं. ठीक है ना. पार्ट 7 miscellaneous and transitional provisions. हाँ, Section 67 Clause 1, on and from the appointed day all revenues received in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir by the Government of India or the Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in relation to any matter with respect to which the Legislative Assembly of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir has power to make laws, and all grants made and all loans advanced to the Union Territory of J&K from the Consolidated Fund of India, and all loans raised by the Government of India or the Lieutenant Governor of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir upon the security of the Consolidated Fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir, and all monies received by the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in repayment of loans shall form one consolidated fund to be entitled the Consolidated Fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. Number 2. No monies out of such consolidated fund shall be appropriated except in accordance with and for the purposes and in the manner provided in this Act. Number 3. The custody of such a consolidated fund, the payment of monies into such funds, the withdrawal of monies therefrom, and all other matters connected with or ancillary to those matters shall be regulated by rules made by the Lieutenant Governor. ठीक है. Section 68 Clause 1. On and from the appointed day, all other public monies received by or on behalf of the Lieutenant Governor shall be credited to a public account entitled the Public Account of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. 2. The custody of public monies other than those credited to the Consolidated Fund of the UT or the Contingency Fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir received by or on behalf of the Lieutenant Governor, their payment into the public accounts of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir, and the withdrawals of money from such account, and all other matters connected with or ancillary to the aforesaid matters shall be regulated by the rules made by the Lieutenant Governor on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Section 69 Clause 1. There shall be established a contingency fund in the nature of an imprest to be entitled the Contingency Fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir, into which shall be paid from and out of Consolidated Fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir such sum as may from time to time be determined by law made by the Legislative Assembly of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and the said fund shall be held by the Lieutenant Governor to enable advances to be made by him out of such fund. Number 2. No advances shall be made out of the Contingency Fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir except for the purposes of meeting unforeseen expenditure pending authorization of such expenditure by the Legislative Assembly under appropriations made by law. Number 3. The Lieutenant Governor, on the advice of the Council of Ministers, may make rules regulating all matters connected with or ancillary to the custody of, the payment of monies into, and the withdrawal of monies from the Contingency Fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. Now Section 70 Clause 1. The executive power of the Union Territory extends to borrowing upon the security of the Consolidated Fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir within such limits, if any, as may from time to time be fixed by the Legislative Assembly by law, and to the giving of guarantees within such limits, if any, as may be so fixed. ठीक है. Clause 2 of Section 70. Any sums required for the purpose of invoking a guarantee shall be charged on the Consolidated Fund of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Now Section 71 देखते हैं. The accounts of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir shall be kept in such form as the Lieutenant Governor may, after obtaining advice of the Controller and Auditor General of India, prescribe by rules. Okay. Section 72. The reports of the Controller and Auditor General of India relating to accounts of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir for any period subsequent to the date referred to in subsection 1 of Section 67 shall be submitted to the Lieutenant Governor, who shall cause them to be laid before the Legislative Assembly. Section 73. If the President on receipt of a report from the Lieutenant Governor of UT of Jammu and Kashmir or otherwise is satisfied, A, that a situation has arisen in which the administration of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir cannot be carried on in accordance with the provisions of this act, or B. that for the proper administration of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir it is necessary or expedient to do so, the President may by order suspend the operation of all or any of the provisions of this act for such period as he thinks fit, and make such incidental and consequential provisions as may appear to him to be necessary or expedient for administering the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in accordance with the provisions of this act. Then Section 74, where the legislative assembly is dissolved or its functioning as such, assembly remains suspended on account of an order under Section 73. It shall be competent for the President to authorize, when the House of the People is not in session, expenditure from the consolidated fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir pending the sanction of such expenditure by Parliament. ठीक है. Now पार्ट 8 देखते हैं. ठीक है. हाई कोर्ट, इसमें सेक्शन 75 क्लास 1 है. On and from the appointed day, A. the High Court of Jammu and Kashmir shall be the common High Court for the UT of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh. B. the judges of the High Court of Jammu and Kashmir for the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir holding office immediately before the appointed day shall become on that day the judges of the common High Court. ठीक है. सेक्शन 75 के सब क्लास 1, जिसके ये सब 2 क्लास पढ़े. ठीक है. अब इसकी क्लास 2 पढ़ते हैं. द एक्सपेंडिचर इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ सैलरीज एंड अलाउंसेस ऑफ द जजेस ऑफ कॉमन हाई कोर्ट shall be allocated amongst the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh on the basis of population ratio. ठीक है. Now section 76 clause 1. ठीक है. On and from the date referred to in subsection 1 of section 75 in the Advocates Act 1961, in section 3 in subsection 1 A, in clause A the words Jammu and Kashmir shall be deleted. B. after clause F the following clause shall be inserted, namely G. for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh to be known as Bar Council of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. 76 की 1 होगी. हाँ, क्लास 2 देखते हैं. एनी पर्सन हु इमीडिएटली बिफोर द डेट रेफर टू इन सबसेक्शन 1 ऑफ सेक्शन 75 इज एन एडवोकेट ऑन द रोल ऑफ द बार काउंसिल ऑफ द एग्जिस्टिंग स्टेट ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर एंड प्रैक्टिसिंग एज एन एडवोकेट इन द हाई कोर्ट ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर मे कंटिन्यू टू बी मेंबर्स ऑफ द बार काउंसिल ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर and Ladakh, notwithstanding anything contained in the Advocates Act 1961 and the rules made thereunder. ठीक है ना. Number 3, the persons other than the advocates who are entitled immediately before the date referred to in subsection 1 of section 75 on and after that day be recognized as such persons entitled also to practice in the common high court of Jammu and Kashmir or any subordinate court thereof as the case may be. 4. The right of audience in the common high court of J&K shall be regulated in accordance with the like principles as immediately before the date referred to in subsection 1 of section 75 are in force with respect to the right of audience in the high court of J&K. Now section 77, subject to the provisions of this part, the law in force immediately before the date referred to in subsection 1 of section 75 with respect to practice and procedures in the high court of J&K shall with the necessary modifications apply in relation to the common high court of J&K, and accordingly the common high court of J&K shall have all such powers to make rules and orders with respect to practice and procedure as are immediately before that day exercisable by the common high court of J&K, provided that any rules or orders which are in force immediately before the date referred to in subsection 1 of section 75 with respect to practice and procedure in the high court of J&K shall, until varied or revoked by rules or orders made by the common high court of J&K, apply with the necessary modifications in relation to practice and procedure in the common high court of J&K as if made by that court. Then section 78. Nothing in this part shall affect the application to the Common High Court of J&K of any provisions of the Constitution, and this part shall have effect subject to any provision that may be made on or after the date referred to in subsection 1 of section 75 with respect to the Common High Court of J&K by any legislature or other authority having power to make such provision. नाउ पार्ट 9th, ठीक है, पार्ट 9th एडवोकेट जनरल ऑफ यूटी ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, ठीक है। इसमें सेक्शन 79 क्लास 1 है, द लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर शैल अपॉइंट अ पर्सन हु इज क्वालिफाइड टू बी अपॉइंटेड अ जज ऑफ द हाई कोर्ट टू बी एडवोकेट जनरल फॉर द यूटी ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर. Number 2, it shall be the duty of such advocate general to give advice to the government of such unitary upon such legal matters and to perform such other duties of a legal character as may from time to time be referred or assigned to him by the said government, and to discharge the functions conferred on him by or under the Constitution or any other law for the time being in force. Number 3, in the performance of his duties, the Advocate General shall have the right of audience in all courts of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. 4, the Advocate General hold office during the pleasure of the Lieutenant Governor and receive such remuneration as the Lieutenant Governor may determine. ठीक है. Then part 10th authorization of expenditure and distribution of revenues. ठीक है. Part 10th authorization of expenditure and distribution of revenues. ठीक है. इसमें section 80 है. The governor of existing state of Jammu and Kashmir may at any time before the appointed day authorize such expenditure from the consolidated fund of UT of Jammu and Kashmir as he deems necessary for any period not more than 6 months beginning with the appointed day, pending the sanction of such expenditure by the Legislative Assembly of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir, provided that the Lieutenant Governor of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir may, after the appointed day, authorize such further expenditure as he deems necessary from the consolidated fund of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir for any period not extending beyond the said period of 6 months. ठीक है ना. सेक्शन 80 होगी. आप सेक्शन 81 देखते हैं. ठीक है ना. The governor of existing state of Jammu and Kashmir may at any time before the appointed day authorize such expenditure from the consolidated fund of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir as he deems necessary for any period not more than 6 months beginning with the appointed day, pending the sanction of such expenditure by the parliament. Provided that the president may, after the appointed day, authorize such further expenditure as he deems necessary from the consolidated fund of India for any period not extending beyond the said period of 6 months. Then section 82 class 1, the reports of the Controller and Auditor General of India referred to in class 2 of article 151 relating to the accounts of existing state of Jammu and Kashmir in respect of any periods prior to the appointed day shall be submitted to the Lieutenant Governors of the successor UT of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh. ठीक है. Number 1. Number 2, the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir thereafter shall cause the reports to be laid before the legislature of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. Number 3, the Lieutenant Governor of the Jammu and Kashmir may by order A. declare any expenditure incurred out of the consolidated fund of Jammu and Kashmir on any service in respect of any period prior to the appointed day during the financial year or in respect of any earlier financial year in excess of the amount granted for that service and for that year as disclosed in the reports referred to in subsection 1 to have been duly authorized, and B. provide for any action to be taken on any matter arising out of the said reports. Then section 83 class 1, the award made by the 14th Finance Commission to the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir shall be apportioned between the successor UT of Jammu and Kashmir and the UT of Ladakh by the central government on the basis of population ratio and their and other parameters, provided that on the appointed day the President shall make a reference to the Union Territories Finance Commission to take into account the resources available to the successor Union Territory of Ladakh, and make separate award for the successor UT of Ladakh, provided that on the appointed day the President shall make a reference to the 15th Finance Commission to include the Union Territory of J&K in its terms of reference and make award for the successor Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Number 2, notwithstanding anything in subsection 1, the central government may, having regard to the resources available to the successor Union Territory of Ladakh, make appropriate grants and also ensure that the adequate benefits and incentives in the form of special development package are given to the backward areas of this region. Now part 11th, apportionment of assets and liabilities. ठीक है. Section 84 clause 1, the provisions of this part shall apply in relation to the apportionment of the assets and liabilities of existing state of Jammu and Kashmir immediately before the appointed day between the successor UT of J&K and successor UT of Ladakh. 2. The apportionment of the assets and liabilities of the existing state of J&K shall be subject to the recommendations of a committee constituted by the central government. 3. The process of apportionment shall be completed within a period of 12 months from the appointed date. ठीक है. Section 84 हो गया. Now part 12th देखते हैं. Part 12th, ठीक है. Provisions as to certain corporations and any other matters. ठीक है. Provisions as to certain corporations and any other matters. ठीक है. Part 12th. Section 85 clause 1, the central government may by order establish one or more advisory committees within a period of 90 days from the appointed day for the purposes of a. Apportionment of assets, rights and liabilities of the companies and corporations constituted for the existing state of J&K between UT of J&K and UT of Ladakh. B. Issues relating to continuance of arrangements in regard to generation and supply of electric power and supply of water. C. Issues related to Jammu and Kashmir State Financial Corporation. D. Issues related to companies constituted for the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir regarding the division of interest and shares and reconstitution of board of directors. E. Issues related to facilities in certain state institutions. F. Issues related to any other matters not covered under this section. ठीक है. Then 2. Clause 2 of section 85. ठीक है. The committee so appointed under subsection 1 of this section shall submit their reports within 6 months to the Lieutenant Governor of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir, who shall act on the recommendations of such committees within a period of 30 days from the date of receiving such reports. ठीक है. Then section 86 clause 1, notwithstanding anything contained in section 88 of the Motor Vehicle Act 1988, a permit granted by the State Transport Authority of the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir or any regional transport authority in that state shall, if such permit was immediately before the appointed day valid and effective in any area in the transfer territory, be deemed to continue to be valid and effective in that area after that date till its period of validity, subject to the provisions of that act as for the time being in force in that area, and it shall not be necessary for any such permit to be countersigned by the transport authority of any of a union territory or a regional transport authority therein for the purpose of validating it for use in such area, provided that the Lieutenant Governor may add to amend or vary the conditions attached to the permit by the authority by which the permit was granted. 2. No tolls, entrance fees, or other charges of a like nature shall be levied after the appointed day in respect of any transport vehicle for its operations in any of the successor union territories under any such permit, if such vehicle was immediately before that day exempt from the payment of any such toll, entrance fees, or other charges for its operations in the transferred territory. Okay? Provided that the central government may, after consultation with the government of UT of Jammu and Kashmir or the administration of UT of Ladakh, as the case may be, authorize the levy of any such toll, entrance fees, or other charges as the case may be. ठीक है ना? Provided further that the provisions of this subsection shall not be applicable where any such tolls, entrance fees, or other charges of a like nature are leviable for the use of any road or bridge which is constructed or developed for commercial purpose by the state government, and undertaking of the state government, a joint undertaking in which the state government is a shareholders, or the private sector. Then section 87, okay, section 87, where the assets, rights, and liabilities of any body corporate carrying on business are under the provisions of this part transferred to any other bodies corporate which after the transfer carry on the same business, the losses or profits or gains sustained by the body corporate first mentioned, which but for such transfer would have been allowed to be carried forward and set off in accordance with the provisions of this chapter 6th of the Income Tax Act 1961 shall be apportioned amongst the transferee bodies corporate in accordance with the rules to be made by the central government in this behalf, and upon such apportionment the share of loss allotted to each transferee body corporate shall be dealt with in accordance with the provisions of chapter 6th of the said act, as if the transferee body corporate had itself sustained such loss in a business carried on by it in the years in which those losses were sustained. Now, part 8th, provisions as to services. प्रोविजंस एज टू सर्विसेज पार्ट 8, ठीक है. हाँ, इसमें सेक्शन 88 क्लास 1 है. इन दिस सेक्शन द एक्सप्रेशन स्टेट कैडर ए in relation to the Indian Administrative Service IAS has the same meaning assigned to it in the Indian Administrative Service Cadre Rules 1954. B in relation to the Indian Police Service has the same meaning assigned to it in the Indian Police Service Cadre Rules 1954, and in relation to the Indian Forest Service has the same meaning assigned to it in the Indian Forest Service Cadre Rules 1966. B. The numbers of cadres of Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, and Indian Forest Service for the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir on and from the appointed day shall continue to function on the existing cadres. 3. The provisional strength, composition, and allocation of officers currently born on the existing cadre of Jammu and Kashmir to the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh as transferred to in subsection 2 shall be such as the Lieutenant Governor of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir may by order determine on and from the appointed day. 4. The members of each of the said services currently born on the Jammu and Kashmir cadre immediately before the appointed day shall be finally allocated between the successor UT of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh in such manner and with effect from such date or dates as the central government may by order specify on the recommendations of the Lieutenant Governors of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh. 5th, the officers so allocated to both the union territories shall function within these union territories in accordance with the rules framed by the central government. 6. In future, all India service officers to be posted into Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir or Union Territory of Ladakh, as the case may be, shall be born on the Arunachal Goa, Mizoram, Union Territory cadre, and necessary modifications in accordance and necessary modifications in corresponding cadre allocations rules may be made accordingly by the central government. Then Section 89, Clause 1. Every person who immediately before the appointed day is serving on a substantive basis in connection with the affairs of the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir shall, on and from that day, provisionally continue to serve in connection with the affairs of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh by journal or by special order of the Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, provided that every direction under this subsection issued after the expiry of a period of 1 year from the appointed day shall be issued with the consultation of the government or administration of the successor union territories as the case may be. तो 89 का 1 पढ़ लिया ना, 2 है. As soon as may be after the appointed day, the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir shall by journal or special order determine the successor union territory to which every person transferred to in subsection 1 shall be finally allotted for service after consideration of option received by seeking option from the employees and the date with effect from which such allotment shall take effect or be deemed to have taken effect, provided that even after the allocation has been made, the Lieutenant Governor of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir may, in order to meet any deficiency in the service, depute officers from one successor union territory to the other union territory. Number 3. Every person who is finally allotted under the provisions of subsection 2 to a successor union territory shall, if he is not already serving therein, be made available for serving in the successor union territory from such date as may be agreed upon between the government of the successor union territory of Jammu and Kashmir and administration of union territory of Ladakh, or in default of such agreement as may be determined by the central government, provided that the central government shall have the power to review any of its orders issued under this section. Then Section 90, Clause 1. Nothing in this section or in Section 89 shall be deemed to affect on or after the appointed day the operation of the provisions of Chapter 1st of Part 14th of the Constitution in relation to determination of the conditions of service of persons serving in connection with the affairs of the Union or any Union territory, provided that the condition of service applicable immediately before the appointed day in the case of any person deemed to have been allocated to the Union territory of J&K or UT of Ladakh under Section 89 shall not be varied to his disadvantage except with the previous approval of the Lieutenant Governor. And 2. All services prior to the appointed day rendered by a person A, if he is deemed to have been allocated to the UT under Section 89, shall be deemed to have been rendered in connection with the affairs of that union territory. B, if he is deemed to have been allocated to the Union in connection with the administration of the successor Union territory, shall be deemed to have been rendered in connection with the affairs of the Union for the purposes of the rules regulating his conditions of service. 3. The provisions of Section 89 shall not apply in relation to members of any All India service. Now Section 91 है, every person who immediately before the appointed day is holding or discharging the duties of any post or office in connection with the affairs of the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir in any area which on that day falls within one of the successor union territories shall continue to hold the same post or office in that successor UT and shall be deemed on or from that day to have been duly appointed to the post or office by the government of or other appropriate authority in that successor union territory, provided that nothing in this section shall be deemed to prevent a competent authority on and from the appointed day from passing in relation to such person any order affecting the continuance in such post or office. ठीक है. Then Section 92, on and from the appointed day, the employees of state public sector undertakings, PSU, corporations and other autonomous bodies shall continue to function in such undertaking, corporation or autonomous bodies for a period of 1 year, and during this period the corporate body concerned shall determine the modalities for distributing the personnel between the successor union territories. Then Section 93, Clause 1, the Public Service Commission for the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir shall, on and from the appointed day, be the Public Service Commission for the Union Territory of J&K. Clause 2, the Union Public Service Commission UPSC, with the approval of President, shall serve the needs of the UT of Ladakh. Clause 3, the persons holding office immediately before the appointed day as the chairman or other member of Public Service Commission for the existing state of the Jammu and Kashmir shall, as from the appointed day, be the chairman or, as the case may be, the other member of the Public Service Commission for the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. 4. Every person who becomes the chairman or other member of the Public Service Commission for the UT of Jammu and Kashmir on the appointed day under subsection 3 shall be entitled to receive from the government of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir conditions of service not less favorable than those to which he was entitled under the provisions applicable to him. Then Section 5, the report of the Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission as to the work done by the Commission in respect of any period prior to the appointed day shall be presented to the Lieutenant Governor of the UT of Lieutenant Governor of the State of Jammu and Kashmir, and the Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir shall, on receipt of such reports, cause a copy thereof, together with the memorandum explaining as far as possible as respects the cases, if any, where the advice of the Commission was not accepted, the reasons for such non-acceptance to be laid before the legislature of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, अब है पार्ट 14th, लीगल एंड माइसलेनियस प्रोविजंस, पार्ट 14th, 14वां पार्ट, ठीक है ना. Legal and miscellaneous provisions. Section 94, on and from the appointed day in Section 15 of the States Reorganization Act 1956, in Clause A, for the words Jammu and Kashmir, the words Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh shall be substituted. Section 95, Clause 1, all central laws in Table 1 of the 5th Schedule to this Act on and from the appointed day shall apply in the manner as provided therein to the UT of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh. Clause 2, all other laws in 5th Schedule applicable to existing state of Jammu and Kashmir immediately before the appointed day shall apply in the manner as provided therein to the UT of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh. Section 95 का, ठीक है. अब Section 96 है कि for the purpose of facilitating the application in relation to successor union territories of any law made before the appointed day as detailed in the 5th Schedule, the central government may, before the expiration of 1 year from that day, by order, make such adaptations and modifications of the law, whether by way of repeal or amendment, as may be necessary or expedient, and thereupon every such law shall have effect subject to the adaptations and modifications so made, until altered, repealed or amended by a competent legislature or other competent authority. Section 97, notwithstanding that no provision or insufficient provision has been made under Section 96 for the adaptation of a law made before the appointed day, any court, tribunal or authority required or empowered to ensure such law may, for the purpose of facilitating its applications in relation to the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir or Union Territory of Ladakh, construe the law in such manner without affecting the substance as may be necessary or proper in regard to the matter before the court, tribunal or authority. Now, Section 98, Section 98. The Lieutenant Governor, as respects the concerned territory, may, by notification in the official gazette, specify the authority, officer, or person who, on or after the appointed day, shall be competent to exercise such functions exercisable under any law in force on that day, as may be mentioned in that notification, and such law shall have effect accordingly. Section 99. Where immediately before the appointed day the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir is a party to any legal proceedings with respect to any property rights or liabilities subject to apportionment among the successor union territories under this act, the union territory of Jammu and Kashmir or the union territory of Ladakh which succeeds to or acquires a share in that property or those rights or liabilities by virtue of any provision of this act shall be deemed to be substituted for the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir or added as a party to those proceedings, and the proceedings may continue accordingly. Now, Section 100, Clause 1. Every proceeding pending immediately before the appointed day before a court other than High Court, tribunal, authority or officer in any area which on that day falls within the state of Jammu and Kashmir shall, if it is a proceeding relating exclusively to the territory, which as from that day are the territories of any union territory, stand transferred to the corresponding court, tribunal, authority or officer of that union territory. ठीक है. Clause 2 of this section 100 is, if any question arises as to whether any proceeding should stand transferred under subsection 1, it shall be referred to the Common High Court of Jammu and Kashmir, and the decision of that High Court shall be final. Clause 3. In this section A, the proceedings includes any suit, case or appeal, and B, corresponding court, tribunal, authority or officer in any of the union territory means 1. The court, tribunal or authority or officer in which or before whom the proceeding would have laid if it had been instituted after the appointed day, or B. Second, in case of doubt, such court, tribunal, authority or officer in that union territory as may be determined after the appointed day by the government or administration of that union territory as or the central government, as the case may be, or before the appointed day by the government of the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir, to be the corresponding court, tribunal, authority or officer. Then section 101 101 section है कि any person who immediately before the appointed day is enrolled as a pleader entitled to practice in any subordinate court in the existing state of Jammu and Kashmir shall, for a period of 1 year from that day, continue to be entitled to practice in those courts, notwithstanding that the whole or any of part of the territories within the jurisdiction of those courts has been transferred to any of the union territories. Section 102 है कि the provisions of this act shall have effect notwithstanding anything inconsistent therewith contained in any other law. Then section 103 clause 1, if any difficulty arises in giving effect to the provisions of this act, the president may by order do anything not inconsistent with such provisions which appears to him to be necessary or expedient for the purpose of removing the difficulty, provided that no such order shall be made after the expiry of a period up to 5 years from the appointed day. 2. Every order made under this section shall be laid before each house of the parliament. ठीक है, तो बस इतना ही है, तो ये टॉपिक ख़त्म होता है. थैंक यू.